Good to see you again, relatives. Got a story for you today. Please share. Keep these stories alive. So once, when the world was younger, there was a middle-aged man. And he had gone through a little bit of an ordeal. And he was just so angry, so hurt, furious. In fact, to the point that he was beginning to carry hatred in his heart. And although he was trying to let go, one night when the village gathered together, the wise men, the elders, began to speak about the necessity to let hatred go, to not carry hatred because of what it does to not just the person but to their family, because that is the energy that is carried in the body. And whatever it is that we carry, that is what we have to share. So he was very confused because as try as he might, he just didn't seem to be able to let go of this anger, this hatred, this hurt. So finally, he went to the elder and said, "Grandfather, I need your help." Grandfather pats the earth next to him, invites him to sit down. "How can I help you, son?" "Grandfather, I've had a friend of many years, and he betrayed me. And that cut deep. I never thought he would do or say such things to him. And then when I went to him to speak to him my grievance, he told me that I was in the wrong. He told me that it was my fault, that he hurt me, and that he was hurt, that he had to hurt me. Grandfather, it is ridiculous. And then, on top of that, because I wouldn't say I was sorry for the harm he did to me, he abandoned me. Now he is no longer my friend. Now we walk past each other in the village like we do not even know each other. It is disgusting to me. And I know what you said last night, that we should not carry hatred in our hearts. And yet, I have to admit, it is there. Grandfather, I want to let this go. I want to be able to forgive. But how do you forgive someone for doing wrong to you when they do not believe that they have done anything wrong?" The grandfather takes a deep breath and sighs and looks kindly at the man. "Oh, son, yes, this is something that most of us will come to in our lives. But what the problem is here is that you think that you need to forgive this other individual in order for you to be able to let this go. You think that they need to know what they did wrong in order for you to forgive them. And this is only because you think that if they know what they did is wrong, they will be sorry and they won't do it again. And that allows you to feel safe and that allows you to feel good. And then you can let this go. This is not always how it works. See, you have a grievance against them as much as they have a grievance against you. You see that they have done wrong. Forgiveness, my son, is not about the other person. Forgiveness is for yourself. Forgiveness you do for you. And when you forgive, it is not because you are saying what the other has done is okay or all right. You are not making it right to forgive them. What forgiveness is, my son, is the choice to let go of the hurt and the resentment for yourself. You find the lesson in it. You find the gift in it. You find the revealing in it. And yes, you sit and look at yourself and the part that you played in this experience. It takes two to cause conflict. My son, we forgive for ourselves. For if we do not forgive, then that hurt and that resentment, that hatred that is in us, does harm to us. It does nothing to the other person, only to ourselves. And yes, as we spoke the night before, it does pollute our lives and our experience. The human family has trouble staying on the good road. Nothing else in nature, none of our other relatives has this problem. If we wish to have peace in ourselves, then we must find peace in what is. And to find peace in what is, you must know who you are, not in how you relate to others or others relate to you, but you at the very center of yourself. Forgive yourself, then forgive the other. And with this, you may be free. The man sat with this for a moment, conflict arising within him, because it's still wrong, it's still wrong. What he did to me and what he said to me is still wrong. Oh, I see it. Oh, I see it now. I cannot fix this. And because I cannot fix this according to how I wish it to be done, that is where I am truly angry. The loss of my friend, because I want something from him that he cannot give. That is my hurt. So with a sigh, very well, he said within himself, I will let this go, and I will let be what is, and I will attend to myself. I will take care of myself. I will love myself, because when I am full of love and peace, then that is all I have to share with others. Forgiveness can be a tough one. And I do recommend that if we are not ready to let go of that hurt and that resentment, that we should not see that as a shame or a fault or a flaw, or it means that we're not spiritual or strong enough or far enough along as we should be, because when we force forgiveness, that is indeed a form of self-betrayal. We're not ready. Many times we're not ready to forgive. And if we can allow that to be okay, then we can move through the processing of what the hurt actually is, where we feel robbed of control, or we found pleasure in the relationship, or the belief and the perception that the other had of us, and the hurt that comes that they would think such things of us, or they would do such things to us. Forcing forgiveness doesn't work. Forgiving the other without forgiving ourselves doesn't complete the circle. Because at the end of the day, sometimes all we need to forgive of ourselves is our reaction to it, right? How long we carried that hurt, or that we took it into ourselves and took it personally. Perhaps it is because we blamed ourselves for a time, and that's what actually needed forgiveness, especially when wrong was done to us when we were children, right? How can I forgive myself for the harm that was done to me when I was a child? I was innocent. I didn't do anything to deserve that hurt. Yes, that is true. But when you were a child and harm was done to you, children can be very egotistical. Everything is about them, right? So when harm is done, what do they usually do? Well, they go inside and I must have deserved this, or this was my fault, or I'm bad, I'm wrong, I'm dirty, I made them hurt me. Wherever the mind might go in a child's limited understanding, that's what needs forgiveness. For the full letting go of the hurt and the resentment, because hurt and resentment that stays and is not addressed, it can indeed turn into hatred, and not just against the other person, but in anything and everything that relates or comes close to that hurt, and then that circle grows and it grows and it grows, and then we find hatred sometimes for just people, because all people are liars, all people are betrayers, you can't trust anybody, all women are crazy and all men are assholes, and it becomes this whole all thing. And boy, that does not feel safe to walk around in the world where all people are untrustworthy, all people are this or that, because it's not true, is it? That's only what the perception became, because we never fully processed a hurt, or we never took accountability for our side in it, or we set a condition that they needed to know what they did to us. They needed to know how much they hurt us. They need to know that they did wrong. And that is only because we wish to feel safe, because we believe if they understand, then they won't do it again. And that is never guaranteed, because we've all done wrong. And if we didn't learn from it, if we justified it, then the chances that we'll do it again are pretty high. Everyone is a reflection of us, for we are all one. We're all one big family, and everyone is a mirror, giving us an opportunity to look within and see what still needs to be healed, what needs to be addressed, what needs to be processed, what needs to be loved and accepted within ourselves, what story or belief needs to be changed. So perhaps we can start thanking the person after, of course, we have our original blow up and fit. Thanking the person that triggered us. Because when we allow that trigger to serve its purpose, to take us inside for evaluation and for revealing, magic happens. And that is when we transform that pain into power. That's when we transform that trauma into a gift. Energy is energy, and it can sit in our hearts as pain, or it can sit in our hearts as courage and love and gratitude for ourselves, that there is nothing that we find within ourselves that we cannot come to a place of forgiveness, that we can accept that we have always just done the best that we could possibly do, and we didn't know any better until we knew better, and to recommit to ourselves as many times as it takes, that now I know, now I can do better. So much love, relatives. I'd like to invite you to join me over on YouTube under Veronica Lightning Horse Perez for more stories, and we're going to be launching some meditations and things like that here pretty soon. And I also came into partnership with an organization called Ascend Pathways, and we're going to be doing a really cool event on May 28th, the morning of May 28th, United States morning, called Heal the World. The intention being, if we can gather as many people as we can, preferably at least one from every continent, one from every country at least, would be absolutely amazing. Because the understanding is now, when it comes to physics and energetic sciences, right, where our emotions and our thoughts and these things like that, this is energy, this is frequency, this is vibration, right? And just as the city has to erect all of these cell phone towers all over the place to get coverage, right? And the more cell phone towers, the better coverage. And we do love our coverage, don't we? Well, when you gather a group of people together and we all link together in a single intention, when we link together in our breath, when we link together in our emotion, right? Oh, we get really good coverage then. Because sometimes it's really easy to feel helpless in this world, but we're not. We are energetically, each and every one of us, powerful. And when we come back to the good road and stop looking at what we can't do and start looking at what we can, this is something that we can do. gather together as many people as possible, activate all of these people together in a singular intention of healing and peace and love and ascension and growth and happiness. It does make a change. And you know it does, right? Especially if you've listened this far. You know it can make a change. Because when you walk into a place and somebody is angry, boy, it just takes the whole room down, right? Somebody's over in the corner sobbing with a broken heart. Oh, everybody feels that and comes down here to that poor person, right? But when somebody in the room is laughing with just pure joy and laughter, a couple of little kids are just playing and having the best time, no worries in the world, well, that lifts us all up. So I'd love for you to join me. I'm going to be leading a segment of this online event. Let's link together. Let's do what we can and let go of everything else. Much love, relatives. Have a beautiful day.